Now, you have been teaching at the Center for Yoga for quite a while, and you...
14 years I've been teaching here.
Amen.
Yeah.
And may it be another 14.
From your lips.
And there's something you've said, an analogy that you've... Can you give us the analogy of the cast iron pot?
Happy to. This room is very special to me. It's one of the first places, it's not the very first, but it's one of the first places that I started practicing yoga. And it's a place where when you come in, when you walk in, when one walks in, the lineage is just, it's under your feet, it's in the air, it's a very special place. And I could feel that immediately. And as a practitioner and then taking teacher trainings and now teaching here for quite some time. I don't know how 14 years have gone by, but this room to me, there are many folks who have practiced in this room for well over a decade. They've processed their lives in this room. Ups, downs, losses, gains, relationships, jobs, all of the ups and downs of life. It's been processed in this room on their mats. And this room has also seen over many, many years, many visiting teachers of many styles and many offerings. Great teachers, and then also I remember seeing Krishna Das in a concert here years and years ago.
There were almost 200 people here.
Yeah, there was a line out the door and down Larchmont.
Wow.
And there were so many shoes down in the foyer. You couldn't move. One couldn't move. So, with everything that's gone on in this room, I just feel like I have the analogy that these walls are akin to a cast iron pan, where a cast iron pan, cook in it over time, and yes, it's cleaned, but the spices and the oils and everything that's being cooked in that pan seeps into the pan over time. And so when you cook with the pan, it everything that came before it seeps back into what you're cooking in some way. It flavors it, it colors it, it seasons it.
I remember, because my first yoga class ever was here in 1982. And when Center for Yoga closed and there was a for lease sign, and then we were able to open it again, and I walked in the door, I just put my hands on the floor, I kissed the floor. It was like, this is where my life, my adult life began. So your analogy is so perfect that there is sacred energy, there is Shakti here.
Yes, I wholeheartedly feel that. And I feel like, just like a cast iron pan, when folks come in here to practice, the energy, whatever you want to call it, that's in the walls, in the cast iron pan, infuses into their practice in some way. It affects their mentality, it affects their focus, their environment supports them in their practice, and that's the cast iron pan to me, these old walls.